Jana Duggar on being guarded while dating, and how she knew husband Stephen Wisman was the one. Exclusive. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I am Bella and I hope you are well. If you liked the video, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The former Counting on star says that she had been a slower mover in her relationship with husband Stephen Wisman. Jana Duggar is opening up about falling in love with husband Stephen Wisman. In an exclusive interview with People, the former Counting on star, 34, says that she had been a slower mover on the romantic side of the relationship with Stephen, which has evolved over time. The two knew each other for years, having been longtime family friends. Jana's brother, Jeremiah, even married Stephen's sister, Hannah, in 2022. Jana and Stephen, who wed in Prairie Grove, Arkansas, on Thursday, August 15, in a classic, elegant ceremony, reconnected in recent years when they briefly dated before breaking things off. They ultimately rekindled the romance early this year and were engaged on June 15. Speaking to People, Jana says it was Stephen's character and his consistency that made her realize he was the one. I think it's just been over time, his character, his coming back, still loving me no matter what. Jana, the eldest child of Jim Bob Duggar and Michelle Duggar, says, I know we have a big crazy family and that requires still kind of putting up with a lot of things. I'm like, my goodness, there are not too many people that do that. He must really, I guess, genuinely care about me, and I haven't seen that. Related. Jana Duggar marries Stephen Wisman in elegant Arkansas wedding. I prayed for this for years. Exclusive. Jana adds that while it takes her a while to open up to others, Stephen has remained a good friend over the years and has continued to be that through ups and downs, and not pressuring me in a lot of ways. I think I've just been so guarded and just trying to protect and not really hurt again, she adds. When Stephen, 31, asked her out earlier this year, it was via a handwritten letter. I think people would probably seem like it's very weird, but I thought it was so sweet. Honestly, I think if he would have texted me, I would have been more like, hey, dude, kind of get lost. I'm not really interested. She continues, but I don't know, something about it really hit me. And I was like, he's so sweet. He really has been there. And how had I not noticed it and realized he is great, and I do love him. And I need to be willing to open up and to allow that. Never miss a story. Sign up for People's free daily newsletter to stay up to date on the best of what People has to offer, from juicy celebrity news to compelling human interest stories. Jana adds that it took a few of those moments for her to realize that Stephen was the one for her, and the initial letter led to 2-3 letters back and forth before we started texting again, and just kind of on a basic friendship level there. Related. Jana Duggar says it was disheartening at times not marrying sooner. Is it me? Do I have a problem? Exclusive. Jana adds that it took a few of those moments for her to realize that Stephen was the one for her, and the initial letter led to 2-3 letters back and forth before we started texting again, and just kind of on a basic friendship level there. Related. Jana Duggar says it was disheartening at times not marrying sooner. Is it me? Do I have a problem? Exclusive. And then it progressed quickly just because we were like, okay, yeah. No, we do like each other. Let's just move on, she adds. Ahead of the couple's 500 guest nuptials, which included Jessa Duggar Seawald as the bride's maid of honor, while her sister-in-law, Abby Duggar, and sisters Joy Anna Forsyth, Johanna Duggar, Jinger Duggar Vulo, and Jordan Duggar were bridesmaids. Jana told People she was beyond excited for her bid day. Think it is one of those things that all girls envision someday, says Jana. For me, it felt like, okay, it's never coming. But now it's starting to sink in. Reality is starting to set in. And I'm like, wow, this truly is something that I've dreamed of. And just to see it coming about is incredible and kind of hard to believe. It's a dream come true. For more People news, make sure to sign up for our newsletter. Read the original article on People. Big family, big city. TLC's new family of 13 takes on Harlem. Duggar family is no longer the hot ticket on TLC. Time to meet the De La Motte family. Counting On became a staple of TLC, but when the Duggar family ended up in controversy thanks to Josh Duggar, the show slowly fell apart. Now, the network is working to introduce us to a new family. The De La Motte family is made up of 11 children and their parents, Mark De La Motte and his wife Amber De La Motte. The family is set to star on a new show called Big Family, Big City, and show the family adjusting to life in Harlem, New York. The De La Motte family is a conservative family of 13 who are about to experience the ultimate culture shock. Previously, the family lived in the suburbs of California by San Diego and are now moving to New York City and realizing how complicated that is, especially with such a large family. Recently relocating from the peaceful suburbs of San Diego to the vibrant streets to Harlem, New York, Mark and Amber have quickly discovered that raising 11 kids in the Big Apple is not for the faint of heart. The show's synopsis reads, as they juggle their growing family, a new lifestyle, and the challenges of busking together on the streets, the De La Mottes are finding that the fast-paced city life is both exhilarating and overwhelming. The synopsis goes on to talk about the challenges of New York and how the family is attempting to keep the close bond they have fresh as they navigate their new lives in the city. With worldly influences at every corner and mounting pressure to make it in the city that never sleeps, they'll have to adapt fast or risk losing the closeness they've worked so hard to build. In the trailer for the series, Amber talks about how she'd be willing to have another child. Given their relocation to New York and how large their family is, it is fascinating to see how they navigate 11 children in the city. The family, who all play music together, can be seen all trying to leave their house in a timely manner, and, as Amber and Mark said, in their family chaos rules. Big Family, Big City is set to premiere on TLC this coming February 26. Jinger Duggar didn't learn to swim as a kid due to modesty rules. A long-skirt swimmer sinks. 19 kids and counting alum. Jinger Duggar's latest book reveals some unexpected details about the effects of her ultra-conservative upbringing. In People Pleaser, breaking free from the burden of imaginary expectations, which debuted Tuesday, January 14, the 31-year-old revealed that she didn't learn to swim as a kid due to the constraints of her family's modest wardrobe. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar raised their 19 children as followers of the Institute in Basic Life Principles, with women expected to wear dresses or skirts, falling at least to knee length. Since I was a little girl, I wanted to know what it felt like to push myself through the water, to swing my arms and kick my legs to keep me at the surface. But I didn't know how, Jinger wrote. Here's what I did know for sure. Long skirts were not designed for learning how to swim. Jinger went on to joke that the laws of physics, gravity, and buoyancy don't play well with long skirts, explaining that she gave swimming a try when she was younger, and it didn't go well. Another way of saying long skirt swimmer is one who sinks, she added. And because long skirts were the only swimming fashion available to me as a kid, and because I had a thing about not wanting to sink, the skill of swimming was not something I picked up during that time. Every time a Duggar child broke their family rules, Jinger wearing pants and beyond. The former reality star admitted that being around water of all kinds felt scary without knowing how to swim. As an adult, however, Jinger has begun to dip a toe in since welcoming daughters Felicity, 6, and Evangeline, 4, with husband Jeremy Vuolo. Jinger announced in October 2024 that she's pregnant with the pair's third baby. I want my kids to know how to swim. I want them to know that I can too, Jinger wrote. But I was still so scared, thinking back to the few times I tried as a kid, the long skirt encasing my flailing legs. Jinger was initially hesitant to try again. Her people-pleasing tendencies made her scared to fail. But she found comfort in a friend named Rebecca, who helped her learn. We're still at it, my swimming lessons, taking it baby step by baby step. Or maybe I should say baby lap by baby lap, Jinger wrote. People Pleaser isn't the first time Jinger has discussed her experience with dressing modestly. In May 2021, Jinger opened up about making the choice to break free from the rules of her upbringing. Jinger Duggar's book, Becoming Free Indeed, biggest revelations about her cult-like upbringing, marriage, Josh Duggar's scandal, and more. My mom had always dressed us girls in skirts and dresses, a standard that was taken from Deuteronomy 22:5, which says, "A woman shall not wear a man's garment," she wrote in her second book, The Hope We Hold. Modesty was a huge topic in our house, and we believed that wearing skirts instead of pants was a central part of being modest. But I wanted to discover for myself what the Bible had to say. Jinger explained that she started digging into the deeper meaning behind familiar passages of Scripture after she married Bulo, 37, in 2016. She realized that modesty isn't only about what you wear, but is also about the position of your heart. Jinger also never found a passage specifically forbidding women from wearing pants. Last year, Jinger recalled the first time she wore pants around her parents. "The first few times I went back home, I was not wearing pants. I wore a skirt just to honor them," she said on the Unplanned podcast. "That's a big deal for my family, and my heart is not to rub anything in anyone's face and be like, 'I'm doing this. I'm doing my own thing.' It's not to make them mad." People Pleaser: Breaking Free from the Burden of Imaginary Expectations is available now.